This is The Professional Edge. My name's Todd, tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner, host here of The Professional Edge, and I appreciate your time listening in. What we're talking about is transform. Let's transform what we're actually doing, and that means make a thorough or dramatic change. And we talked about estate planning. To make that change, you have to take the initiative to actually engage and have the plan put together by a licensed attorney. Yes, you can download documents off the internet, but again, you get what you pay for, and if it's free, then more likely than not, it's going to be a complete travesty on how it's going to play out. Because let's say you do download your document from the internet and you think that you can modify it and you adjust it, you sign it, you date it, you're done. Well, you know what? You go to prove that document in the probate court and they say it's an invalid document. It's not a valid last will and testament. Now the plan of distribution is set aside, and the law of descent and distribution is going to supersede whatever you thought you were doing. So again, let's not be cheap. We all know that we're going to need our estate plan, so get that in force and effect, and that is a way to transform, thoroughly change, or dramatically change where you currently are. Takes a first step, and that first step is to give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. There's a lot of planning tools and opportunities when a person passes away. Well, let's transform something, and let's think about, we're near the holiday time, on giving. What are we actually going to give? Are we going to give that Apple stock that we bought 10 years ago, or are we going to give them cash? Well, let's think about this. The individual that's going to receive that Apple stock that you bought 10 years ago, it has a very low basis, meaning what you paid for it, compared to what the value is. Well, most of the time, the donee of that gift takes it and is going to spend that money. They are not going to hold on to the Apple stock 9 times out of 10. So if they sell that stock, the gift rules on basis says that the donee is going to receive the donor's adjusted basis. So if you give them the $15,000 of Apple stock and you actually have a cost basis of $1,000, then they're going to pay a capital gains tax on $14,000. I'm not sure that makes an effective gift, because now the donee has to pay capital gains tax on $14,000 in our example. That is not going to be a net gift of $15,000. So the better initiative would be for you to just give them $15,000 of cash. Yes, cold, hard cash, small, unmarked bills. And then that way they can have the full utilization of that $15,000 gift, not the reduction after paying capital gains tax. So that's one way that you transform what you're actually doing. You're getting professional counsel and advice on your gifting program, if that's part of what you're trying to do, and transform and dramatically change what you're doing heading forward. So that's one way that working with a certified financial planner, a CPA, a tax attorney can help you transform what you're doing. And again, the initiative is, we're here at the end of 2021. 2022, that New Year's resolution is, you know what, I'm going to transform what I'm doing. And the way I have been doing it in the past, I've been trying to self-educate, self-medicate, and self-direct everything I'm doing. Well, that doesn't make sense a lot of times, because think about losing weight. There are only 2 ways you can lose weight: is 1, exercise more, and 2, put less calories inside your body. That's it. It's simple, but it is a billion-dollar business to lose weight. Everyone does that at the beginning of the year. Now, why do they engage someone else? It's because they're looking for someone else to transform what they're actually doing. So they need help. Think about professional basketball players or professional golfers. They all have coaches. That coach is there to help them transform what they are doing as a player. Well, it's the same thing in life. You need a coach to help you transform what you're doing. If you're not saving enough, or you have 401ks at 3 different companies in which you previously were employed, You have some IRAs which are straggling around. You haven't looked at anything. Well, you know what? Then you're going to not get the results in which you are desiring. You need to transform, make a thorough or dramatic change to what you're doing, and say, you know what? I'm going to engage professional counsel and advice in 2022. I'm going to get active in planning my successful retirement. And to start that process, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. It is transforming. And what we've done actually at Estate Management Counselors to initiate or provide a huge incentive for the listeners here on the Professional Edge is called the bundle. We have actually combined your estate planning document with your tax plan with your financial plan all in one, and we call that the bundle. The details are at emcthebundle.com. That is Echo Mary Charlie thebundle.com. Take advantage of that. It is probably down to a 30% regular retail price of what it actually is. If you combine all those, it would be north of $10,000. We have dramatically reduced that to help you as a listener here on the Professional Edge transform what you are actually doing. Had a client come in and young client, which was amazing to me, has the habit of saving, doing very well, but had $150,000 in bonds, and they are in their 30s. And you just sort of shake your head and say, why are you only investing in bonds? Well, it was this fear of loss. Well, the fear of loss is you're not going to have that great rate of return if we're in the equities market over the course in time. Again, there's no guarantee for success in the stock market, but as a very young individual, that is very costly not to get those additional rates of return to have that compounding effect on the overall financial plan. Now, this individual, picked up the telephone, gave our office a call, and she is transforming. She is making a thorough or dramatic change in how she is investing, and the outcome is going to be profound in her benefit. So again, it's taking that initiative and saying, here's my cards. Here's my cards on the table. Here's what I've been doing. How can I make this better? How can you help me, reduce my taxes, do a better financial plan, and manage my investments? And to see that happen before my eyes, and to see my client, one condition of becoming a client of Estate Management Counselors is we ask our clients to send us postcards from their destinations. And yes, as a financial planner, I say spend some money, enjoy, smell the roses along the way. And with that receiving that postcard in the mail from great places, Italy, Iceland, down, I forget what it's called, at the end of South America, down at Patagonia and Chile, we received them from there as well. Those postcards say that that person is transformed based on our counsel and advice, where they get to go, and they're okay with spending some of those retirement dollars. Yes, a lot of planners say save, but along the way, you got to appreciate what your accomplishments are. And it is also another kudos to the client when they reach what we call the 2 Comma Club. That means there are over $1 million of investment assets in their account. They've done the right thing. They've reduced their taxes. They've listened to our professional counsel and advice, and we welcome them into the 2 Comma Club. Again, they have to transform or make a thorough or dramatic change in what they were doing, and that could be as simple as adding money to your Roth account each and every year. Yes, if you're over 50, you get $7,000. Husband, wife, that would be $14,000. And you say, well, that's not going to make me part of that 2 Comma Club. No, there's not one single thing you can do. But if we add up all these things and make these dramatic transformations, a reduce your taxes to the lowest point possible without putting on your orange jumpsuit. We get your estate planning in place. We make sure that if we are giving things away, we give the right property away. Or if we don't want to give things away, we actually hire someone. That way they have the earned income and they contribute to a Roth IRA. So it's doing all these little things consistently and being accountable. And yes, that's the transformation. You say, you know what, maybe this individual on this show of the Professional Edge, his name's Scene, and he's a CPA, he's a tax attorney, and he's a certified financial planner. He's been doing this for 25 plus years. He's hosted this show for 5 plus years. Maybe it might make sense to pick up the telephone and actually have a very candid conversation to transform what we are doing now. It may be just a shotgun approach. You have no real destination. And I don't know anyone that goes off on vacation and not knows the destination. You don't know the exact route, but you know the destination. Well, your retirement is 100% your responsibility. So what is your destination and how are we going to get there? And that's how we transform things is A, we lay out that plan and start basically eating the elephant one bite at a time. To start that conversation, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. So how are we going to transform what we do financially? Well, let's think about your investment portfolio. If you have one of these life cycle funds, you know what I'm talking about, a 2020, a 2050. They call it whatever it is, but we call them life cycle funds. And everybody thinks, if I match my 2040 with when I'm going to retire, that's where I need to put all my apples in that basket. Well, I'm here to tell you, bring that in, and I'll show you why we don't agree with that strategy, because it's not helping you, the investor, to the best extent possible. So again, to start that conversation, to transform, to make that thorough or dramatic change, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. As an incentive here at the end of the year, we've been talking about how we combine the estate plan for you as a listener here on the Professional Edge, your tax planning strategy, and also your portfolio management. We've combined these three into what is known as the bundle. And the details are at emcthebundle.com. That is Echo Mary Charlie, thebundle.com. Take advantage of that. That's our win to you as a listener here on the Professional Edge. More coming up. My name's Todd, tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner.